Well, everyone, we are ready for this Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer. And so let's just see how, let's just take it away.
All right. Well, I am DoubleADewi, and I am joined here by my racer, uh, where you say your name.
Hi everyone, I'm IBA all day, or just IBA for short. Pretty excited to be here with Dewey. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what's in store for everyone today?
Yeah, we're playing a category created by Zedicus. It's called Bunter, formerly Boss Hunter, but I coined the term Bunter because I thought it was funny. And here we are. It's going to be 3-line bingo. You see all these bosses on this bingo board. It's a 5x5. We want to get 3 lines going either across, top down or top of bottom right and such. Once we get 3 lines of bingo, and to get each of those squares, you have to kill one of those bosses. That will be time. But the thing that makes this really interesting is that we don't know where those bosses are. Those bosses are all shuffled around, as this is Kingdom Hearts 2 Randomizer, and we can't have it be that easy. So we have to go find them, stop them, and play bingo. And I think that I'm good to go. Are you good to go?
I'm ready to go whenever you are.
All right, I'm gonna give a countdown on go. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck, good sir.
Good luck.
Good luck. Now, normally you'd have commentators explain all this stuff, but we're here for the vibes, and
Exactly.
we'll spoil the race and remove all the competitive integrity that is in here.
We're here for a good time and to just kind of chill.
Oh, you gave me Combo Master? You get 2 kinds. I can menu. Menuing is the hardest thing in this game, harder than any boss.
I mean, sometimes I'm a nice guy with some of the stuff for my roles. I'm not completely diabolical.
As you save that for later. So the reason we're especially comfortable right now is we're in what's called the shotgun phase, where we're going through a lot of the early points of each of these worlds to just get some free checks to give us some tools to work with. But you will very quickly see some enemies being randomized in just a moment, at least on my end. We do also another cool thing about this category is we only get experience from killing bosses. So we are not really going to be wasting any of our time on enemies unless we have to.
And some of the other things that kind of come with the territory here, as Dewey explained, we only are going to get XP from bosses or mini bosses. So there'll be a few like minor encounters, such as like hyenas, past Pete, like very minor stuff like that will still give us XP. But there's some other stuff that comes with the territory of the mod pack that we're using. Duck Flare, the almighty Duck Flare, is nerfed to PS2 standards, so it is much shorter in its duration and power. Final Form and Limit Form, its duration also has been nerfed, as those are 2 of the strongest forms in the game, so kind of to make things a little bit tougher, those have been brought down a little bit. Surprisingly, Valor gets buffed in these in these kind of settings. And then the other thing that comes with this territory, we have no method of cheesing. The only method of cheesing that is allowed for us is pan.
Yes.
Everything else, from the likes of double negging to even single neg tactics, and the likes of
technically works.
I think it's some arenas.
I don't know. I just work here. So yeah, there's a lot of cheese strategies that you'll see in other ones. Probably the most famous being double negative combo on like Terra and stuff. But there's also like Berserk Hori of like Berserk Charge Horizontal Slash to stun lock bosses. I wouldn't call that a cheese strat personally, because I think it's actually hard. And I feel like if something is hard or as hard as the boss you are fighting, I feel like it's not a cheese strategy.
I definitely agree there.
because that is a timing around like a 1 to 4 frame window repeatedly, maybe in a size 150 times. Like, it's that doesn't sound like easier than just fighting a boss, but what do I know?
Yeah,
but either way, can't do that.
The funny thing is, we could still do Genie Hori strats.
We can, which technically is an oversight, but I am stubborn. And I will always find a way to not play the game. You also are probably going to notice a couple visual mods. I don't know if you have anything swapping your GOA.
I have the darker GOA.
I guess you do have the same one as me. Okay, because I made that one, or Sabrina made one, and then I made my own version of it. Right now in Space Paranoids, you're seeing my version of Space Paranoid Sora that I actually made for Pride Month, and it's rainbow, and I liked it enough that I just kept it around.
Yeah, and then my Sora model that I use is the Timeless River one. One of my favorite worlds altogether, and just enjoy the model for that Sora. So it's like, why not?
Who doesn't like theming? Yeah, so you'll see a lot of personal expression through like mod choices. As long as it doesn't affect like the hitbox, we usually allow a lot of really funny models that are able to be used. And I still am a little bit of a purist. I try to still keep it to just still like Sora. My recolor is just a texture. It's not a model swap or anything. But yeah, you'll see a few things throughout that. You also are hearing. I actually don't know how the audio is being split here, but I play with Music Rando and having various songs from like Marvel vs. Capcom, some Mario RPGs, Smash Brothers, Shovel Knight, such.
And then there's me. All you hear is the sound of silence outside of the sound effects.
Okay, background do not change to IBA's auto. That sounds really sad. we can have some bangers on my end. It's okay. But yeah, we're gonna just be kind of going around getting our first few tools to see what we have to work with. So if there are any donations to be said, this is probably gonna be one of the few times that there's gonna be a good chance to do it.
I will say, yeah, no, definitely get those donations in for Go Rescue. Type !donate in the chat to get your donations in. And who wouldn't want to support dogs? We all love dogs in here, am I right?
Absolutely.
And especially since we have this wonderful Kingdom Hearts run that's happening right in front of us right now.
Goofy's a dog.
We also have Cerberus somewhere.
Cerberus is somewhere. We got Pluto.
Which
Stitch is like a dog.
He misbehaves a lot.
He's
yes.
a bad dog, but he's a dog nonetheless. If he was that bad of a dog, you wouldn't be one of my emotes, so. How that works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let us know in a donation. Any amount works, and just let us know who your favorite dog is, either from a video game, from a cartoon, maybe your actual dog. Let us know. We would love to hear those.
Like I just like gained consciousness 10 minutes into the seed, and I just was like, did I do this menu? Have I done it? And I'm just trusting that I did. I'm sure it's fine. Okay, I guess I'm doing this now. Okay, we're...
Yeah,
Let me know if you accidentally grabbed the robot.
I did not.
Okay, I accidentally grabbed the robot trying to open the chest.
Oh, yeah, thankfully there was not one close enough by. Yeah, so some of the rooms can be very chaotic. Thankfully, some of the spawns that we've had so far have not been too terrifying, because there are some rather diabolical combinations that you can see.
we're gonna be approaching kind of the end of the shotgun phase. We're gonna start making some decisions on what direction we want to go to face our first bosses. More common places to go would either be going towards maybe Timeless River to see what the past tier replacement is, going towards Beast Castle, see what the Threshold replacement. So we're going to be going towards low battle levels, and so we can rely on not getting too unlucky. Also, am I crazy, or have you been leveling up?
What's that?
I'm not level 1.
Did you place your mod pack above the seed?
Yes. Oh, I have Boss Runic Pinion and not Monster mod pack. So I'm like very cheating right now.
There's also
don't know what to do.
There's also a slight issue for you because you wouldn't be able to enter STT if you had to go.
I might need to close my game, if I'm honest.
I would definitely do that real quick. I'll wait here by Mini.
Well, I need to grab the mod pack, so that's gonna be awkward. Sorry, technical difficulties. I'm so sorry. There are too many mods for me to remember, and I just got a new PC, so.
And then something else like I know some runners do use. It's part of the seed generator, but you can randomize the color textures. So right now we're looking at some very purplish, pink looking floor here in Disney Castle. And Minnie's dress here is not her normal colors. Even my HP gauge, as you can see, is purple instead of green. Our lovely MP bar, not to be confused there with it being an MP charge, but it is pink. Use this actually real quick.
Okay, that should be good. Okay.
Oh, and then the other nice
Nope,
visual
that's a wallpaper.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I am getting wallpapered in yellow. Here's the backup autosave. Yeah, this is bad. I might need to genuinely ask if we can restart. Because
I would be okay if you need to do that.
Yeah, if that is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because my autosave is also acting funky.
Okay.
Very sorry.
No, not a problem. Let's do this real quick.
I'm just gonna do a very quick.
All right, as we'll get some stuff fixed up. Randos can just be like this sometimes, so we're gonna throw it back to a tech break, and then yeah, we'll be back with Kingdom Hearts in a second. we're still getting a couple things figured out for the Kingdom Hearts run, but don't worry. If you are looking for something to do, if you can do !donate in the chat to send in your donations, either send a wonderful message to our Kingdom Hearts runners, or just in general, if you have a favorite dog, either from a cartoon, from just in a video game, or you just want to talk about your dog, let us know in your donation, and I would love to read them to our Kingdom Hearts runners. And like I said, we're still getting a couple of that stuff resolved, just a couple weird things going on. You know how tech is, so just give us a couple moments. And as a reminder that we still have our current milestone of $1,250 total to get the Inner Boss's boss rush at the end of the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice run, which, if you don't know what any of that means, because I surely didn't until I read this, if met, we will get to see Mizume fight the hardest bosses in the game, available by the Reflections game mode. So who wants to make the Souls game even harder? You definitely can with the donations. All right, everyone. I have really good news. We got all the tech ghosts out of here, and we are ready to see Kingdom Hearts once again. And so, go ahead and take it away.
Alrighty, I am DoubleADewi. I am here with.
IBA all day, or just IBA for short. Dewey's got fantastic information on what we're going to be doing.
Alright, we're going to be playing Boss Hunter, or better known here as Bunter Bingo. We see this bingo board of bosses. All these bosses are randomized throughout the game. We need to find them, and if you find it, that's one square on the board, and we need 3 lines of bingo. So I think without further ado, we can get started in 3, 2, 1, go. And we're going to pretend that this is the first time we've done this. And
All right, no surprise, or all surprises.
all surprises. Oh my gosh, I received the power of the warrior. I never would have seen that coming. That totally doesn't happen every seed ever.
There are some seeds where you might not, when you have the dream weapon matters on, but even still, most everyone still chooses the power of the warrior.
Yeah, we're going to be doing this shotgun phase, as it is called, where we're going to be getting a lot of free checks in each of these worlds, where we don't really need to do any battles or anything. It's just these chests that we can just open for free and immediately leave the worlds and see if we can get some tools to work with here. So, while we are getting back to where we were, if we want to get some donations, it'll be a good time for it.
Of course. I mean, I do just want to say why we're here. So, No Glitches Allowed 2026 is raising money for Go Rescue, which is a dog shelter in Hampton, Virginia. Go Rescue's work is to provide a haven for homeless dogs, giving them the time, care, and love they need to find not just any home, but the right home. And so, with any size donation that you're able to contribute, that it does a number of works to just improve the lives of these dogs. And so type !donate to get your donations in.
Alrighty. During this shotgun phase, we're kind of going to still probably do a few minor fights. I'm going to be fighting here in Candy Cane Lane and fighting some bosses that definitely do not belong in this world. But Jack's Limit does take care of everything very easily. Only tool I really need. If I want to, I can just use the ethers that Jack provides. So I can just do that limit again, but I could solo a sniper. If I don't whiff every hit.
Yeah, Jack's Limit is definitely up there as one of the strongest party limits in the game. Oh, as I'm getting hit by a rock. Because we love getting hit by rocks down here in the underworld.
Erase you. Very thing. But yeah, and also that's kind of going to allude to something you're going to see throughout this, that we're going to be able to use a lot of tools that we're not used to fight these bosses in arenas that we're not used to. Or at least we wouldn't be used to if we didn't play this religiously. So getting to fight, say, like Vexen with Jack's Limit is something you wouldn't normally see, but it's commonplace in boss rando. Because you got to use what you have, and sometimes using better tools than you have, and sometimes you're scrapping together what little tools you can find. That's just what I love about rando in general, and especially boss rando.
Yeah, boss rando, honestly, I feel like is where you kind of really see, like, when you sometimes don't have tools early on, you kind of have to get really creative with what you're doing to get through things. So it's a lot of fun seeing like what you come up with for like your own way of getting through a fight.
Exactly.
Not every one of these fights are always going to be the same every time we see them.
there are a few caveats for that this randomization of we're using what is called the 1-to-1 randomization, which make sure that there's no duplicates of any of these bosses outside of, you know, certain bosses that do just show up multiple times, like Pete shows up in Timeless River and in Olympus Coliseum. So whatever boss replaces one of those will also replace the other. But outside of that, we're still fighting mostly uniquely shuffled bosses and enemies as well, being consistent throughout that, of having their own groups that they can be in. So shadows aren't going to be replaced with morning stars or devastators, just because that can overrun the game in some rooms, because even though that we are playing this on the PC release, it is built off of a game released on the PS2, and some of those limitations never really got ironed out.
Yeah. There's been a lot of stuff that's come a long ways to kind of put Bunter in a better spot for kind of allowing a little bit crazier things. And one of which potentially will be in for a treat later on is the double arena of Blizzard Lord, Fire Lord.
Volcano Lord, actually.
Well, yeah.
It's not Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's not the Fire Lord.
And then
IBA is good at the game. He just doesn't know anything about it.
I know enough.
Yeah, you got some of the trash talk early, right? Something you're also gonna be noticing is we're not gonna be gaining any experience from normal enemies. The only way we can get experience is by killing bosses, which there is an ability called Experience Boost, where if you are below 50% HP, you gain double experience, and that does work on bosses. And the boss experience is like scaled to like the arena, so if we were to like pull that off on like say like the world that never was, looks a very late world, you can get a good amount of XP pretty quick. But it's very risky to fight a boss at half your health.
Yes, and some bosses just kind of, it's easier to set up. Like if we run into Data Axel, chances are we're very low on HP.
You don't much
constantly,
of a choice.
So there's a pretty good chance you'll XP boost off of them if you got it.
I'd be impressed if you didn't, honestly. Because the game kind of forces you at 1 HP the entire time. But yeah, you do see some like little icons next to some of these bosses, which do kind of give us some hints as what we're going to be finding. You'll see like a little like door symbol. That means that is the data version of that fight. So that does tell us that we are going to find the data in the pool, because every time you find one of those organization members, it is a 50-50 whether or not you find the data or the story version of that fight. So that does have some variety, but we know we're in for a treat for you, less of a treat for us. But that makes it more of a treat for you. We're gonna be facing Data Roxas, Data Axel, Data Demix, Data Lexeus, Data Zaxian. But some of those fights we don't have to worry about. Like, looks like Larxene, Marluxia, and Vexen are all gonna be the AS fight. I definitely would not want to be fighting. Data Vexen, if I have anything to say about it.
There is a funny scenario where we could still see their Data counterpart,
Yes.
and that's with the Pete arenas. The Pete arenas do give us a chance to see their counterpart. So, like, if Marluxia's there, one of those is for sure the AS. The other one could also be the Data version, because even though Pete is Pete in both Timeless River and in OC, they are two different versions.
Yes, so that 50-50 gets rolled again. So it's just another opportunity to get the other variant. But that only does apply for bosses that do have those variants. Like the org members each have their Data versions. Some bosses that appear in cups have a variant from there. So, well, I will say why the best thing that has happened to Bunter is certain problem bosses were replaced with some bosses from cups, like the Final Fantasy fights and Hercules. So that did remove some fights that don't function very well, or just really can't be anywhere else. They were end up being vanilla anyway. A lot of the time, mainly Hydra, Shadow Stalker, Twilight Thorn. Trying to think and play Genie Jafar. What am I missing? Am I missing any? Is it all of them? Kind of like the gimmick bosses is kind of as they're referred to in the game. So we have a little bit more control of what we're facing.
Yeah, and there will be some enemies too that won't actively be randomized. So like going through Disney Castle and escorting Minnie, for example, the Bolt Towers that are here will always be vanilla Bolt Towers. They'll always be vanilla because one, there can be some very chaotic things to happen, i.e. the entire room is filled with a boatload of berserkers or morning stars, and those are just problematic because Minnie dies in a hurry. And then there'll be a couple like boss arenas as well, like the enemies within there won't be randomized just because, again, certain combinations make it like virtually impossible to do anything with. Plus, my understanding is it also presents an opportunity for things just entirely breaking. So,
yeah, some of those fights just do not function outside of their own arena. There is still an edge case where if the boss that those, like, say, Hydra is normally replaced by Hercules, in the sense of Hydra can't show up anywhere, so Hercules is in the pool. If Hydra or Hercules is replaced by Hercules, or being vanilla, it can give us Hydra instead of that. So there is that edge case where we can still find the boss that's supposed to be impossible to face. But it's not the biggest deal because they function fine in their own arena. It's just a little bit annoying because they're usually slower. Storm Rider is the one I was thinking of. Storm Rider is Yuffie. That's what the other.
Yes.
That's what I forgot earlier.
Yeah, and something to note with our settings for Bunter, we only with the exception of 2 places, we only have access to their first visits. STT is locked away, and World Never Was also locked away because of the potency of the boss count in general. So just to try and make that a little bit little not as strong. There we go. They're very much locked away for you to have to go to find, but thankfully for us to find them, they are at the end of first visits, or as it's worded in the generator, first visit bosses.
Which does have some funny cases of that, because like the first visit boss of Hollow Bastion is the Bailey fight, which is not much of a boss, and it's kind of just a free thing, which we do have a tracker that you can't see just because it would be way too much clutter on this layout. So we do know where those visits are, and we have this own little routing in our heads of maybe this route isn't the fastest, but it gets me this option that is the fastest. Like, it's like you take it as you find it, and that's another piece of depth. Because there is also hints in the game where if I were to find, what is that? I'm looking at the tracker to think of a boss, Hades, and I kill Hades, I will get a hint that'll tell me what's in Hades' arena. It'll say like Hades was replaced by Vexen or something. So that is another piece of information that we get, so we're not as blind as we go on to the seed. The opening, we're going to remain blind the entire time, but I'm gonna get a little bit smarter as we go.
Mm-hmm. And we also kind of hope that in the early stages, the bosses that we find are helpful for being on the board, but also the hint that comes from having a boss on there, because there have definitely been a few seeds where info and bosses have just been non-existent, and you're finishing the seed with like almost 30 bosses because it was just nowhere to be found because they were just buried.
Yes, because you didn't find something that gave you the hint, and sometimes you can get a little bit lucky that way. Oh, I did this boss, I got this hint that you didn't get, so I know this information you don't have. And this, like, sometimes you'll just be like completely blind looking for something and your opponent will just finish and you're like, I don't even have an inkling to what you could have done. You probably found this boss. Oh yeah, you did. Like,
Mind if I jump in for a bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I haven't found a boss yet.
Perfect. Well, first of all, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome to No Glitches Allowed 2026. And just to kind of remind y'all that we have a current opened incentive, a bid war, and a milestone open. So we have a incentive friendly neighborhood kitty finder for the Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties run. We need to reach $100 by the end of that run for that to get met. And then we have a bid war for the current Kingdom Hearts run, which is best Kingdom Hearts character. And you get to choose from Sora, Riku, Roxas, Donald Duck, Sephiroth. So you get to choose which one is your favorite. And all your donations will help get us to our milestone, which is at $1,250, which is the Inner Boss's boss rush for the Sekiro Shadows Die Twice run, which that needs to get met before the end of that Sekiro run, which is actually the next run after Kingdom Hearts. So we still got some time, but not a lot of time. So definitely get those donations in, ! Donate.
Okay. About time I fought a boss.
I agree.
Okay. Well,
Ooh, that was scary.
I guess it's some quality of life in Rando, like I'm pushing the wardrobe and I only need to push it once just all the way across instead of having to do the little stops. So there's a few things throughout Rando that you'll see. When you get to Urns and Old Coliseum, you don't have to collect all the orbs, they'll all drop the bigger orbs, so I can get done pretty quick. Ooh, I don't like that.
Okay, awesome. I like my first one.
Are you kidding me? I was on the wrong menu. That's really awkward. I want to see if I can do this though. I should probably. Yeah, that's fine.
Here we go. And you all can't see it, and unfortunately they're not on the grid for me, but it would provide an actual hint if there was something there. Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to do this, but I really want to. I even have it on. I do. It's gonna be a tough first boss for me to face, but I'm stubborn. Which we get into another great thing called the sunk cost fallacy.
Ooh. Yeah, sometimes it's one of those moments where it's like, alright, I need to get on out of here because I know I can do it, but at what cost?
Come on. Okay, it never came down to it. Come on. I was unlucky. Okay, I will be a little less stubborn. I have a whole lot of nothing to face that boss with.
Okay.
And that arena also is just incredibly difficult.
Okay.
I hope you were wasting time on the same boss.
I was not, but I had a unfortunate. Through my own silliness. That's alright, we are going to correct that right now. Sure. Uh-huh. Okay.
Could really take off that ability.
This one's a little bit less effective, but it's fine.
You're alive. Kind of gonna hit that. That's okay. Well.
It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, look here, buddy. It's fine. There we go. And with Bunter, like the mindset, especially when you walk into a fight, is gonna a lot of times boil down to when I step into here and see who it is it somebody I know that, like, given the circumstances of what I'm operating with, can I do it at this point in time? And sometimes those questions are a little harder to answer right away, because you'll walk in there feeling great, and then it'll just slap you in the face and be like, nobody.
Oh my goodness. We're fine. I didn't finish the fight at 1 HP. You finished the fight at 1 HP. God, that fight is so awkward with nothing.
I did have a fight where I tried to finish with 1 HP. Ow. And the flight zone did not feel good. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and certain encounters, you also get mixed in with having to deal with the boss. So like, you really kind of hope that it's a boss that's not going to be too crazy while you're also trying to manage dealing with ads.
If you don't want to deal with ads, you should subscribe to the stream.
Hey, that's me.
Sorry, I was right there.
Want to break from the ads?
I'm gunning for your job, so if you want to play the game, I'm not playing very well.
You're just fine. I can't see what you're doing, but you're still doing just fine.
Ow. Get me out. I'm alive.
Dance, water, dance!
And then some of the bosses, like, overall functions within, like, if there's bars involved, they will somewhat function a little bit differently. So, like, if you come across Data Syax outside of, like, arenas that would typically have, like, a gauge, his Berserk gauge will fill up faster, unfortunately.
A little bit of jank.
But there are definitely ways to get through it, albeit a little bit scary at times. So how you feeling with things so far, Dewey?
That's a question that I can answer after a fight that sucks.
We do have a moment while Dewey's going through what boss he's fighting, while I'm doing what I'm doing, so we can pass it off to our lovely hosts if they have any donations they want to read or anything they would like to talk about regarding the event.
Of course, yeah. I mean, regards to the event, I would love to talk about No Glitches Allowed. You're watching No Glitches Allowed 2026. No GA or No Glitches Allowed is an annual charity event featuring speedruns that rely on execution intended on mechanics. Speaking is hard today, apparently. Rather than game-breaking glitches, hence the name. No Glitches Allowed will be live from Wednesday, May 27th through Sunday, May 31st, raising money for Go Rescue Pet Adoption Center. To see the full schedule, just type !schedule in chat to just see the wonderful runs we have this week.
And this is another encounter here that cannot be randomized. At least I think it probably used to be in the past, but It was most likely before I started playing Rando.
My anger has grown.
That's so unlucky.
Oh, unfortunate. Yeah, we're about to be heading on into one of those arenas where, unlike our 1 hour counterpart, the bosses will not, or not bosses, the enemies won't be randomized there.
Do you want to explain 1 hour?
Yeah, I could do that. So, 1 hour,
The 1 hour challenge.
as I like to, yeah, the 1 hour challenge, as I like to call it, for the way that I describe it, is like the penultimate format for KH2 Rando, where we have 1 hour loadless on our timer to do as much content as we possibly can. And the goal is to basically try and get as many important checks as we can, kill as many bosses as we can, and any objectives that are tied within the seed as well. To which, again, as the name implies, or as I mentioned, we have an hour to be able to get into final fights by any means, whether it's getting our 3 proofs, which we get a head start with the useless proof of non-existence, or by doing at least 5 objectives out of the 7 that are presented to us. And again, much like with Bunter here, enemies are randomized, but there are a couple enemies that we wouldn't see, that we will potentially have a chance to see here in the Bunter format, just because the time how long they would take, and also just the circumstances overall. And there's no STT involved.
Asking for a friend. What's the button combo for Brownstorm?
R1.
Yeah, there is an item called the Promise Charm that is implemented, and the way that it is implemented in this category is that you can go into a second visit without having the extra one, but you can only do that once. So there's like a bit of choice involved in it.
Yeah, and if we do end up using the Promise Charm to grant ourselves a second visit unlock or STT access, we forego being able to enter the PC in the GOA to get into final fights if we had to go into final fights for any bosses.
That is true. It is a bit of a risky item.
But it can also be a big time power move if there's a particular boss that you're looking for, or just really looking to kind of I guess just kind of keep things rolling. Especially like if one of the unlocks just happen to be kind of in an extended place that you normally wouldn't really want to try to get through. Especially like if you already have info on the boss replacements within that world, and none of the bosses are going to be useful, then rather than spend the time to go through on useless bosses that are not on your card, even if it was to get you info, you could just use the unlock to avoid all that.
keep being on within an inch of my life. Noon after reset my drive. Yeah, there's a couple different like strategies to this stuff. It's like you either are playing it pretty safe, getting like tools to not come back somewhere until you have the opportunity to do it easily, or you say no. If it bleeds, it dies. I can do this fight.
Exactly.
Oh, I forgot.
It's even worse when you're like on the cusp of killing them the first time, and then your second attempt was kind of a wash. But you're like, but I was so close. Right now, I'm not getting a whole lot of anything. Wait. Yeah, we'll probably swap that out. Shut it on.
Did some intentional damaging down there to have the opportunity to XP boost.
And that's the other part to the XP boosting is you got to find like the correct, like somewhat the correct opportunity of doing so, because you don't want to spend too long trying to get your health down to XP boost for a boss that doesn't give you much XP, but in the early stages it can be very, very useful.
Because I was thinking, yeah, and that's the risk of what I tried to do.
My little buddy here decided to not be helpful.
Anger and
I was being a little ballsy, and that's on me.
Okay. This works out.
I have 4 deaths.
Had one that was rather late. It was unfortunate. Okay, I got away with that. I almost got DM'd.
You also notice that our cards do have some different colors. We both have our own like preferred colors, but like the color that's different than black is just gonna be the when you kill a boss. And then I think we both have different colors. When you reach a bingo line, that'll be pretty clear.
Yeah, so like for mine, it's red for my bosses that I've killed. And then my completed lines will be like a marine green.
Like the reverse of Agnon's lines. But mine will be purple, and then when they reach a line, it'll be gold.
Gather!
Oh.
Gather! Back off!
Oh.
Gather! Back off!
That was slightly unfortunate.
Compose yourself!
Let's see, that'll be good. Now you guys are here.
Yeah! It's over!
Get out!
Mind if I jump in to remind some
Yeah, go ahead.
folks about some stuff? Perfect.
Absolutely.
I will give you a reminder that since we are in Kingdom Hearts, we do want to know in a donation, since the bid war, which character is your favorite in Kingdom Hearts? We have Sora, Riku, Roxas, I think that's how you say it. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the donation. Donald Duck and Sephiroth. And so please tell us which is your favorite character out of those. And then we have a couple more stuff, such as for the Yakuza run, we have Friendly Neighborhood Kitty Finder, which we need $100 to get that met. And then we need a combined like total of $1,250 to meet the Inner Boss's boss rush, which is going to be met, or which is going to be for the Sekiro run, which is at the end of that Sekiro run, which is very much up next after Kingdom Hearts. So definitely keep getting those donations in. We are so close to that milestone, and so ! Donate in the chat.
Nice.
This way!
Yeah, so right now,
Gather!
we're having the fun little, the fun double.
This way! This way!
Come on.
Which can
Come on.
definitely cause some issues depending on the combination.
I did 2 fun doubles.
Ha, this way! Let's go!
Let's see.
Ha, this way! Gather!
We need to go do this real quick.
This way! Gather! Take this! Gather! This way! Let's go! Ha, this way! Gather!
Donald's gonna die. Oh my gosh, Donald didn't die. It's a miracle.
Let's go! This way. Yeah. Wait. This way.
You're joking me.
This way. This way. Let's go. Nice.
I'd love a gap closer.
Same.
I was really hoping it's gonna have an ask you shall receive type of moment and then immediately find one, but not so lucky. Oh, okay. This boss is called Now You See Him, and now you don't. So that's one of the final bosses technically, but he's also a brick wall, and Final Form Glide likes brick walls because it does like the most damage per second in the game if you just spam glide, and he can't go anywhere. So bye bye fight.
Speaking of just barreling through final bosses,
Gather. This is it.
Yeah, Final Zen was the first boss I was trying to fight,
Yeah.
but with nothing,
Let's go.
and that was not going well.
yeah, I was thankful to have a reflect for him when I got to it.
Yeah, I did when I went back, but I took 2 or 3 that's trying to get there.
Give me strength. Gather. 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 Take this. Back off. Gather. It's over.
Oh, who's left? Oh, you all the way over here.
You bugs couldn't follow me if you wanted to. Later, loser. I'll show you. Come. Later, loser. I can't take.
Gather. Thunder. Yeah. Ha. 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 Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha.
I'm a little worried. I might not get what I want.
What's that for?
Okay.
Yeah. Back off. Back off. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Yeah. Ha. Yeah. Yeah. Ha. Ha. Ha.
Oh, you got robbed, unfortunately.
What? That's not remotely how that went down.
Yeah.
So I should probably check the chests here. Yeah, I haven't shotgun this road yet, but I can do the first 4 chests from whatever it was, but that's all I get to get. When I try to advance, it'll just spin me back in the previous room.
There we go.
Gather. It's over.
Okay. Because of what you are,
Gather.
go ahead and do this.
Gather.
Yeah, so one of the settings in this format, which is kind of a nice little setting, you can adjust it however in the siege end, but Dewey and I are not ever going to be at risk of getting anti-form, so we are free to pop forms like candy without any risk of triggering that.
It is the greatest mechanic that was ever out of the rando. I love it to death because it means that you're not like the seat doesn't become unplayable after 30 minutes if you don't find final form.
Yeah, because then you have to pray that your wonderful party members are dying so that you can actually function without worrying about it.
Yeah, because if you party members die when you try to go into form, it has no chance of going into anti-form. But the problem is that means you can't do final form. Not that you'd have it, because that would solve that issue, but going to use master form, then you need your party members alive to use that.
Gather.
So I have a bit of a hot take of this category that people tend to disagree with, and for me, it's that this category doesn't have any routing,
Gather.
which I'm being relatively facetious about. But wow, that's so unlucky. I kind of just press buttons, and I just hope that it works out.
Sometimes that just ends up being the best possible way.
Worked out relatively well so far.
Gather. This is it. Gather. Gather. Gather.
I have a gap closer.
It's over.
I have a $5 donation here from Roadkill Revenge that says, "Good luck, rando runners. Much love to No Glitches Allowed and to the best RPG mage of all time, Donald Duck." And that is a good reminder that we have a bid war for the best Kingdom Hearts character. And so right now, Donald Duck is winning. And so if you want to see any other character win, definitely get your donations in.
And honestly, the strongest mage in Final Fantasy canon.
Back off. Okay. Give me strength. Yeah. It's over. Give me strength. Yeah. Take this. Gather. Give me strength. Yeah. Back off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's fine. We'll be alright.
It sounds like these we probably should have commentators because we're getting relatively focused, but who needs them? You get to have the pure unadulterated rando brain rot of what's going on.
Goofy. Gather.
Well, we surely do love Brain Rot here.
What are all the puns about? Lotters.
Let's go.
Any wonderful lot enjoyers here.
Yeah, it's over.
Got blood rating.
Here you go. Take this.
Oh, that did not come out.
I'm not doing so good finding things that are on the card.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there are some very big ticket items on the card between Terra, Cephi, DoubleADewi. Like, there are some fun ones. Data X, depending on where he's at. And then those times when you get cards where it's like, yeah, the board doesn't look all that threatening, and then you're like, but what about the stuff that
And
you
then,
can't
yeah,
see?
but all the things that aren't on the card are Terra blocking all of them whenever was. So
Exactly. Yeah, that's where, as long as World That Never Was isn't blocking your path to Promise Charm, Terra's blocking your path, well, you can work around that.
yeah, a little awkward. My party members die, and I can no longer see the fight. A mob fight nonetheless. I swear Magnera should be bigger. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. There's no secret nerf to Magnera or like Magnet, thankfully.
That we know about, or else it wouldn't be secret.
Okay. Now we'll say bye to here, and I think it's time to go do some fun stuff.
Let's go.
Do that. That'll work. That'll also work. reset that real quick. Okay.
You get fun situations like that where that mob fight was faster than it would have been if not boss randomized or enemy randomized. But I'm in the vulnerable position where I am not going to equip guard break until I find a certain boss, because a certain boss is very easily looped just using explosion.
What's that for?
Also, so I ended up going to SCT. There's also something that allows us to use like magic as Roxas, and where there's certain animations that have been added in to not just require limit form to do anything in. Though you will still find people usually holding off until they get limit form, even in normal rando. But especially in boss rando, since it would be a little rough to encounter certain enemies without limit form.
Yeah, and
There you go, their struggles are
Oh.
randomized.
There is a way for us to not be dual wielding and for STT in the Axel 2's arena. So it's just a normal, straight up normal fight. And there was a little bit of a period where we were testing before like the bunter settings became official for the bunter tourney last year, where like org members could be in STT, especially in Axel 2 Arena.
Yeah,
But
it was bad.
that also meant that org members were just super nerfed if they were there.
One little fun quirk though, because there was a point where struggles were also randomized, which ended up being reverted just because it made SCT way too powerful as far as how many bosses there were in the world and so easily defeated, since all you have to do is just win the struggle by getting all the orbs or having more by the end of the time. And also, if you found the struggle enemies anywhere, they were chumps, as it's been referred to. But one fun thing is, since in-game, like in the base game, you can lose to Setzer and still progress, in Rando, that same case is true. You can lose or win and progress Setzer. A lot of bosses that normally would not be allowed in struggles for that reason were allowed in Setzer, just because it was like, I mean, if you die, it's fine. It was like a fun little quirk for a little bit, that I kind of miss, but it's fine. Yeah, pretty much unless we're explaining something, you can always interject with any donations we're getting that are talking about Kingdom Hearts characters. If it's not about Kingdom Hearts, then obviously don't mention it. I don't want to hear those
Well,
donations.
I do want.
Beautiful. Absolutely
Yes.
beautiful.
I will say that we are here for Go Rescue, and so No Glitches Allowed 2026 is raising money for Go Rescue, a dog shelter in Hampton, Virginia. Go Rescue works to provide a haven for homeless dogs, giving them the time, care, and love they need to find not only just any home, but the right home. And so any contribution helps. $5, $10, whatever you can donate. And you can type !donate in the chat to get your donations in. And we do have a couple things you can donate towards, such as, like you mentioned, that Kingdom Hearts, best Kingdom Hearts character. Currently, we have Donald Duck winning that one, but we have a couples. We have Sora, we have Riku, we have Sephiroth, we have Roxas. I think that's how you say it. And so
Roxas.
definitely get those donations in for that. And then we also have an incentive open for the Yakuza Kiwami 3 and Dark Ties run in a couple hours from now. And that incentive is Friendly Neighborhood Kitty Finder, which after the main run, Pop No Tarts will complete mini missions to help three cats loving owners find their missing fur babies. In this house, we help the dogs and the cats, obviously. And then we still have that inner boss's boss rush that will have, we need $1,250 for that to get met, and that's a milestone. And so a lot to donate towards, and it's all going towards Go Rescue. And so definitely get those donations in.
Ooh. Okay. That got a little sketchy there for a moment.
Trust the process.
Light. Gather.
Oh.
Gather.
Getting a little bit of form levels while I'm over there. Just why not? Forms can have checks, and also the more you level them up, the longer gauge they have of you staying in the form. So
Let's go. Yeah.
a little save a second.
Nice view from up here. Now you just try dodging this. That's right, away you go. I'll swap you flat. That's right, away you go. On, baby. Now you just try dodging this. That's right, away you go.
Yeah.
Now you just try dodging this.
Let's go.
That's right, away you go.
Back off.
I'll swap you flat. That's right, away you go. On, baby.
Yeah. It's over. Back off. This is it.
That's gonna be awkward. Menus are pre-selected, so next time I go into that form, it's gonna be a little annoying.
Light.
Go. Oh,
Big strength.
fortunate.
It's just resetting it. Getting my stats right above the floor for this world.
This will be interesting.
This will be really fun to watch. It's always a treat for people.
Defense.
Get out of my way.
Back off.
Get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Never mind. The hit live.
Uh oh.
Get out of my way.
It's over. Defense.
Get out of my way.
Okay, this is fine. This is no longer fine. Okay, this is fine.
Little fun loop here I'm doing.
Okay.
And exceed us to fight.
This is fine. It's no longer fine.
One little save work that we can do in rando here. Doesn't save a lot of time, but saves enough. Alright, one of those, one of those. That's fun.
Oh, right.
Less fun.
Yep.
Give me that. Let's go. Oh, take this.
And should be able to kill here just fine.
Take this. Back off.
Optimal. Let's go. Not even optimal, 'cause I don't need experience for that. But funny. It's like, yo, optimal? I'm like, that farm is leveled up. So
Give me strength.
Uh-oh.
Light.
It's fine.
building up that though. If I need to use it, will not be a big deal.
Oh, yep.
This will be fine. This is the normal version.
This is it.
Got it.
So because of my stats, it's ironically not even the fastest way to do it. This is gonna be faster.
Yeah, it's over. Take this. Let's go. Back off. It's over.
Pretty sure that's gonna kill. Yeah.
No, that was on me. Yep.
This is it. Let's go. Our turn? Take that. Yeah.
Not the most interesting way to do this fight, except the fact that I'm an idiot and I forgot.
You didn't react the way I thought you were going to. Interesting.
Back off. Yeah. This is it. Give me strength. Our turn? Gotta try. Give me strength. Our turn?
Fine, I kept it interesting by being bad. Normally, like, this would have looked so uninteresting if I did it perfectly. Now there's drama, there's stakes.
Yep.
That's ironic.
This is fine.
Give me strength. Gather.
No. We got this.
There we go.
Yeah.
It's over.
What I'm gonna do a smart thing here. Just to give myself a reset.
That was all intentional, just to make sure that the health worked out. So that I can do this. And gotta get the M skip. I know all these on. Yep. I actually don't know what to do right now, so I'm gonna do this, the think. Which is a very funny fight for me to do the think, because it's not gonna be the easiest of fights, but it's fine. Get rid of that ability just to make this fight a little more consistent. But I have a pretty consistent loop for this fight, so it should be fine easy. Ooh, that's gonna be a little more. Okay, now that that's set up.
So hopefully okay. Just a small hiccup, but we'll be okay.
This loop is pretty easy, but the timing is fairly particular. I did find this loop, so I'm mostly pretty good at it.
Yeah, kind of taking a nice breezy trip right now. Just kind of get things right. Gives myself a chance to kind of rethink.
This is going to be information. I don't really want to do this boss yet, because that would be a pretty heavy commitment for me to do right this second. But that is good information. So now I know that's there. But that does remind me. Look at this. I should do his replacement.
I think because of a couple things, I might just go take a stab and see what we got.
That's more like it.
Very good find.
It's over.
That rock.
Yeah, we definitely They definitely kind of banged their head against the wall for a little too long, but again, it's kind of one of those things where it's like you know you could do it. It's just
I mean, I did that at the beginning of the seed, so we're probably still still neck and neck, I assume.
I have here a $100 donation from Podgy713 that
Oh, hey,
says,
Podgy.
guys, guys, can you give me a full rundown of the Kingdom Hearts collection naming histories, please and thank you.
I can do that. So we're playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix, originally released in 2007 for the PS2, only released originally in Japan. Later, we got on the PS3 the Kingdom Hearts 2.5 HD remix that was released that included this game in English for the first time. On the PS4, we then got the Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix collection. We then got a later one of Kingdom Hearts The Story So Far. I have a very similar collection to also include Kingdom Hearts 2.8, HD 2.8, a final chapter prologue. And we are now playing Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix for the PC port on Steam. We don't even get to do my favorite title, which is what is it? Kingdom Hearts 0.2 BBS Aqua Fragmentary Passage.
That's enough.
okay.
And I will say, with that $100 that came in, we are very much now very close to that inner boss's boss rush for Sekiro. We need $107 to reach that milestone, so definitely keep getting those donations in.
I should kill. I can't even do that.
Goofy! Gather! Gather!
Oh, this is such the wrong play. I know what I can do.
Gather! Gather! Let's go!
We'll do this though really quick. Just
I think I'm gonna go do this. Oh. Oh no.
But the fun fact about Enemy is the spawn limiter is removed that compares to the original game. So some fights that aren't randomized spawn more enemies. So it's kind of interesting. It used to make the mansion fight really fun, but then you don't really deal with that anymore. Makes me a little sad. Oh, I do need to do this. Yeah, so it's what? As I'm leaving? Then I need to go reset my story flag and yeah. Which I can do by entering this world and leaving. So it's a little fun room hopping to reset a story flag so that I can actually use a Vision Unlock because of when I got it.
Let's go. Gather. Light.
Unfortunate. This RV is going to be sky high.
Someone's using Peter Pan.
Yeah, kid's not really hitting to.
Like, I probably know which boss is doing that on, but there are a number of bosses you can ban. It's like most org members. So there's a chance that it's not that one, but it probably is.
Fun fact for this, though, is I will be able to drop it soon. Perfect. And Donald didn't die. That's like freaking Christmas here.
Oh, Datademics. Really?
Got one more little sequence to get through. And then it's balls to the wall, pray for the best. Goofy, please. Let's go, baby. Actually, go and do this.
Got the lineup correctly.
It's unfortunately that I used that there, but it's worth it.
Could just quickly check if this is a certain boss.
Kind of looking back at it, probably shouldn't have,
It's
but
not.
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
What if we face check into, or no, I already know that's not, so never mind. Do this.
Dance, water, dance. This is it. Dance, water, dance. Oh, yeah, take this. This is it. Dance, water, dance. Okay.
No, I used the wrong one. That's really bad. We'll do this to be safe.
There we go. Nice clean kill. Lose most likely anyway. Ooh, that was scary. Could have easily been swept to death. You can just stay there.
That's a little lucky, but it's fine.
Good news.
And time's gonna be coming up for me in just a second.
Yeah.
Time.
GG's.
EG.
I would late notice, I kind of forgot that I was in a hard fight.
And Hopefully one of these things are here.
Ha, yeah. Rah.
Okay. Yeah, that is unfortunate that I did use that to get into there, but it does put it into a little bit nicer of go mode, but that is going to take a moment. Unfortunately, because of the two worlds that are tied to this go mode. We had things going on our first couple attempts for Terra, and then it just became a massive brick wall. They didn't have a gap closer still, didn't have any kind of like party limit outside of Trinity. Had limit form, and final form at the very least, but yeah, it just it was unfortunate. I was right on the cusp of being a DM, and he snuck up on me a little bit quicker than I was thinking, because he decided to be sneaky on it. Because up until then, I was rolling along just pretty well.
Yeah.
But I was bound and determined to try and do him without Pan. Put a show on for people.
Yeah.
The only two that I did for sure Pan was Data Science and Data Dem, just because didn't really have anything to like sit there to comfortably want to try to loop them. And then Donald somehow survived the DM for Data Demics, which was a miracle in itself. But really, I do hope like everybody was enjoying the bunter action, because it's, especially when you turn on the fact that bosses are the only thing that give you XP. It is definitely no easy task.
Okay.
Oh hey, there's Fantasia, that would have been nice. That's kind of like a super emergency.
I'm just finding bosses to do, just to still entertain.
See if Dewey can black out his card before.
Oh, I wasn't going for that. I just did a Data Zenith Arena just to have access to it. What's another boss I have access to? I guess I haven't done.
Oh.
It's over. Back off. Back off.
That's all I meant to do. Okay, I want to see if I can do it up here. It'll pull me back down. Fun little one cycle.
flag real quick.
Yeah, yeah. Light. Take this. Yeah. Defense.
Yeah, overall, it's a very fun format. The boss enemy in general is just, at least for a good handful of us in the community, it's a lot of fun to play.
Oh, wait.
Back off. Yeah. Give me strength.
Or did you not? Were you not able to use Promise Charm?
I used Promise Charm to get into STT
Oh.
because I hadn't gone into.
Oh, you didn't do
Or
LOD?
I hadn't gone into LOD yet, which was the unfortunate part.
Yeah, I used Promise Charm to get into OC.
No matter who you are, well, I guess no matter who you are. Yeah, no, we just go to LOD. Yeah, I like at the time of me using it, which is where I guess like my gamble kind of was just the thought of like it could be good info for Yuffie's arena, but it was also kind of like I need to see how like everything else develops before just pushing in there just for her. Which kind of in hindsight was not the right move. I should have definitely pushed a little bit sooner than later.
It's over. Let's go. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Take this. Let's go.
I think it was just also like I really kind of wanted to. Actually, I don't even know. Yeah, no, actually, there wasn't a reason. I just kind of. It was a big oops because I already had full info for Final Fight, so it's kind of like pushing the World That Never Was all the way up wasn't entirely necessary. But I was just looking to just keep clearing bosses. Kind of hope that World Never Was kind of like stacked up a little bit.
Give me strength. Yeah, it's over. Yeah. Give me strength. Back off. Yeah. Let's go. It's over. Let's go. This is it. Give me strength. Yeah. Take this. Let's go.
Thankfully, it won't be too long here before I'm done as well. I do have the the guaranteed minute on Summit Fight, and then from there it'll be insanely quick. Especially with it just being Yuffie there.
I said full course skip, but love the game.
I guess something that we didn't necessarily really talk all that much about was the fact that our chests were just basic visuals.
Do you feel it? The
So
moon's
because
power.
of the hint system that we use for Bunter, with it being full spoiler, chest visuals are just left off, so we don't know what contents are what, which I think is kind of a fair balance, considering that we get to have the luxury going into the seed of what item, like important items are in what world. And then it kind of just comes even more on you of like, what's your stopping point for opening up said chests? I was about to say, I was wondering where my Bolt Tower replacement was at, because he just never seemed to show up, but he was just so far out away from me that I never saw him.
No exit. No exit.
Yeah, probably, I would say,
No exit.
less than a couple minutes. And I will be finishing up as well with my double bingo from row 1 and column 1 here.
No exit. No exit. No exit. No exit.
Just showing all the fun ways you can loot this boss. Trying to load not at the ground. That's okay. I get to the DM.
Alright, and this will come up very quickly because she's gonna kind of fold. And there we go. We get the funny haha we did 4 lines.
Always fun.
And yeah. It was definitely a blast. Like I said during the interview, like Dewey inviting to have this be turned into a race was a big time honor, just because he's much better at the game than I am, as it showed today.
Absolutely not.
But you know, like it's really cool to get to do stuff with like the higher end players, because like they're crazy
Cool. That is.
for the amount of
very
stuff
kind.
that they could do.
Yeah, as
But,
much as I could give all of the shoutouts, I know we already had to restart early, so I don't want to use more time than we already need to. But big shouts to the random community, and yeah, it's I if I gave shout out to one person, I think we could shout out to everyone individually, and I could do that all night. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people. But we also thank the No Glitches Allowed group for bringing us on to showcase this, and hopefully it was a very fun showcase for everyone.
Give me strength. Yeah, this is it. Yeah. Light. Yeah, done.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I assume you still have a little bit more left from what
Oh, no,
I
we're
was-
done.
You're done. Got it. Sorry. Oof. Well, thank you so much for being on here, and what an amazing race. Audience, chat, give a round of applause for our racers. And we'll be right back with some more glitches, no glitches allowed in a bit.
Let's go. Yeah, back off.
All right. This has been my time here on the mic for No Glitches Allowed, but I'll still be around backstage doing a lot of backstage stuff. But we're going to be having Qubit come as a host, so definitely give them a warm welcome. But before we do that transition, we do have an interview for the Yakuza and Sekiro run. So go ahead and take that away.